Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. We're here to talk about one of the biggest and most exciting milestones in life, buying your first home. I know that for many of you, this dream can feel really far away or maybe even a little scary. You might be wondering where to even start, but I promise you, with the right information and a clear path, the path to home ownership is absolutely achievable. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down the complex process into simple, manageable steps. We'll cover everything from getting your finances in order to finally getting those keys in your hand. Think of this as your personal guide to turning that dream into a reality. I'm excited to get started and show you exactly how we're going to do this together. My name is Rauland Libby, and I'm a realtor who specializes in helping first time buyers navigate the journey to homeownership. You are absolutely in the right place if you've ever felt overwhelmed by real estate jargon. Terms like DTI, escrow, and contingency can sound like a foreign language, and that's totally normal. My goal today is simple. I want to take all the confusion and turn it into real confidence for you. We're going to demystify the entire process so you can feel empowered and ready to take action. I want you to walk away from this video today knowing exactly what your next step should be. So what exactly are we covering today? We're laying out a clear four-step roadmap that takes you from where you are right now to holding the keys to your new home. We've broken the journey down into four key steps. First, we'll focus on financial preparation, which is all about building a solid foundation before you even start house hunting. Then we'll talk about your expert team, because you definitely don't want to do this alone. Next is the home search itself, covering how to find and secure the right property. Finally, we'll walk through the closing deal, which is the process from contract to closing day. This structure ensures we cover every critical phase in the right order. We're going to start at the beginning with the most important step, getting your finances ready. Module 1 is all about building a strong financial foundation, and this is where all the successful home purchases begin. Before you look at a single house, you need to look closely at your numbers. First, you must know your credit score, because lenders use this number to determine how reliable you are and what interest rates you qualify for. A better score saves you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Second, understanding your debt to income ratio, or DTI. This ratio shows lenders how much of your monthly income is already going towards debt payments. Lenders have specific limits for this, so knowing your DTI is crucial for pre-approval. Finally, we'll look at your saving strategy for the down payment and closing costs. You need a clear path for these upfront costs. Getting these four areas sorted out now will make the rest of the process incredibly smooth. Now let's dive deep into what your actually monthly payments will look like. When you budget for home ownership, you need to think about more than just the mortgage principal. Your monthly payment is actually made up of four key components, which we call PITI. The P and I stand for principal and interest. Principal is the money you borrowed, interest is the cost of the borrowing of that money. The T and I components are tax and insurance, which are often bundled right into your monthly payment. Taxes are your property taxes paid to the local government, and insurance is the homeowner's policy that protects your investment against damage. You must budget all four of these, plus the inevitable cost of utilities, maintenance, and unexpected repairs. Understanding PITI gives you the true picture of your monthly financial commitment. Knowing these numbers is vital, but you don't have to figure it out all alone. Next, we'll talk about the team you need to assemble. We just talked about getting your finances in order. Now let's talk about the people who you will make the home buying process smooth and successful. You absolutely do not have to do this alone. Think of this as assembling your personal dream team of experts. First up is your real estate agent. That's me or someone like me. We are your guide and your advocate. We know the neighborhoods, we know the market, and most importantly, we negotiate on your behalf to get the best deal for you. Next, you need a great mortgage lender. This is your financial partner. They pre-approve you for the loan, which is crucial, and they find the best rates and terms for your specific situation. Finally, the home inspector. This is the person that objectively advises you. They examine the property thoroughly and identify any potential problems. This helps you make a truly informed decision before you commit. These three professionals work together to protect your interest every step of the way. So once you have your team, you're ready to start the fun part, the search. With your finances solid and your team assembled, we move into Module 3, from searching to offering. This is where the rubber meets the road. The search phase starts with a simple exercise defining your needs versus your wants. Be honest with yourself about your must-haves and what would be nice to have. This keeps you focused. Use online tools effectively. Set up alerts and don't be afraid to visit open houses. When you're there, look past the staging and ask tough questions. Once you find the one, it's time for the offer. Your purchase agreement covers the price, the timeline, and your earnest money deposit. But the most important is the contingencies. These are the safety nets: the inspection contingency and the financing contingency protect you if something goes wrong. And in a competitive market, your agent will help you craft an offer that stands out, maybe by adjusting the closing date or the contingencies. Making a strong offer is what moves you from searching to being under contract. Congratulations, your offer was accepted. We are now in Module 4, which I call the final stretch. This phase is all about due diligence and what happens while you are officially under contract. Your team will manage this timeline for you. The first big step is the home inspection. This is where the inspector checks the property from top to bottom. Next, the appraisal happens. Your lender needs to confirm that the home is actually worth the price you agreed to pay. This protects both you and the bank. Then comes the title search, which ensures that the seller has clear ownership and can legally transfer the property to you. Finally, right before closing, we'll do a final walkthrough. This is your last chance to make sure the home is in the condition you expected. Completing these steps successfully means you are ready for the big day. After all that hard work and due diligence, this is the day you've been waiting for. Closing day is the grand finale where you officially become a homeowner. It's mostly a paperwork marathon, but it's an exciting day. You need to come prepared. Make sure you have your government issued ID and the certified funds for your closing costs. This is usually a cashier's check or a wire transfer, so plan ahead with your bank. You'll also need proof that your homeowner's insurance policy is active. You'll be signing a stack of documents, including the final loan papers and the deed transfer. Pay close attention to the closing disclosure. We reviewed this a few days before closing, but this is your final chance to make sure every number is exactly what you agreed to. Once all the papers are signed and the funds are transferred, the home is officially yours. That's when you get the keys and you can finally celebrate. It's a huge milestone and it marks the end of this journey. But before we wrap up, let's recap the most important steps we covered today. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the very first steps of saving to the final handshakes on closing day. Let's quickly review the 4 essential points that will guide you through this entire process. First, you must prepare your finances. This is your foundation. Know your credit score, understand your DTI, and set clear savings goals for your down payment and closing costs. You can't start house hunting until this is solid. Second, build a trusted team. You need experts like your realtor and your lender on your side. Don't try and go it alone. A great team is your best defense against mistakes. Third, know your numbers. Understand PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, so you know your complete monthly budget, not just the mortgage payment. And finally, due diligence is key. Use the inspection and appraisal periods to your advantage. These steps protect you and ensure you're making a smart investment. If you keep these 4 points in mind, you'll be well on your way to home ownership. Now I know we've thrown a lot of information at you, so let's open it up for your questions. We've come to the end of the video, and I hope this roadmap has turned some of that confusion into confidence. Remember, buying a home is a process, not a single event, and every step is manageable when you break it down. I'm here now to answer any questions you might have about the material we covered today. Maybe you want to know more about DTI, or perhaps you're wondering how to find a great home inspection. Whatever is on your mind, please feel free to add it in the comment box below. If you think of something later, please don't hesitate. Reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen. Whether you're 6 months away from buying or just starting to save, I'm happy to help you take the next step towards homeownership. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Let's get to your questions.